back, up and forward in its lengthened position. So once you're in this position, keeping my hips high. So whether you're a seasoned marathoner or just stepping into the world of running, here's the truth. If you're aiming to up your game, you gotta pay attention to those knees. Bumping up your training load is awesome and is a key component of enhancing your running, but without the knee strength to support it, you're putting yourself at a higher risk of injury. Plus, strong knees aren't only important for injury prevention, they'll help you generate more power and efficiency with each stride, ultimately improving overall running economy, making you run faster and with more resilience. So in this video, I'm gonna go over 4 knee exercises to help you build strong, resilient knees so that you can stay on track and make the most of your training. We actually don't need any weights, so you can put the dumbbells away. The first exercise is gonna be called a super clamshell. So you're just gonna get on a mat, on your side, and you're gonna get your feet about 45 degrees from your body. So this is 180 degrees, this is 90 degrees. I want you to sit right in the middle of that, okay? And then what it's gonna look like is I'm gonna lift my body up off the ground as this leg comes up, okay? Up, squeeze at the top, and then slow back down. Squeeze at the top, slow back down. I like to not rest at the bottom just so I maintain tension in the muscles. But if you need to rest at the bottom, feel free to do so. So a couple tips to this exercise are gonna be when I'm at the top here, I wanna make sure that my heel doesn't drop down. We're working on our glute medius here, which is a key hip abductor. And when you drop your heel, you're not activating it as much as you should. Really important for knee health, so that's why we're trying to target it here. We're actually using both of our glute meds on our bottom leg and our top leg, so you might feel it in the top more than the bottom, or if you're like me, you'll feel it more in the bottom leg. As I'm coming up, I'm making sure I'm hip extending, so I'm bringing my hips forward as I'm abducting this leg, okay? So I'm going down and back, up and forward, down and back, up and forward. All right, so the second exercise, we're gonna be targeting the quads this time, and it's called a reverse Nordic. So there's 2 versions of this. One is with your tops of your feet on the ground. The second one is with your toes on the ground. Just find which one works best for you. It doesn't really make that big of a difference. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna put your arms across your chest like this, and you're gonna fall backwards until you feel a nice stretch in your quads, and then you're gonna come up from that point. Go down until it gets hard, come back up. Make sure to keep your core nice and tight, and back up. So for this exercise, instead of lifting a weight, I want you guys to start thinking about just going farther back. If you've never done it before, you're gonna wanna start super light, just because we're loading the muscle in its lengthened position, which is probably gonna make you a lot more sore than you normally would. So just start really light, really easy. Don't go as far back as you maybe think you could. And as a safety measure, if you're going back and you feel like you're too far, all you have to do is you have to break at the hips. So all I have to do is sit like that and then come back up and everything's good. All right, so the third exercise is called a Copenhagen plank. All it really looks like is just a side plank, except you're only using your top leg. So your bottom leg is gonna sit underneath you at 90 degrees, okay? So it's just gonna look like this. I'm gonna come up, I'm really firing the inside of my leg here, my hip adductors. So once you're in this position, we're just gonna do a static hold, really working on knee stability in this exercise. So it's not a dynamic movement. An easy progression of that is gonna be to go up on your hand. Just because of the angle, it should be a little bit easier. Again, just doing a static hold here. All right, so the fourth and final exercise is just a single leg long lever bridge. I'm gonna lay on my back with my hands out to my side just to stabilize myself, and I'm gonna use one leg at a time. My other leg can just kind of be up in a 90 degree like this, but again, it doesn't matter too much. What I wanna do is I wanna make sure that I'm just on my heel, okay? So I'm lifting my toe up, and I'm gonna lift my hips up as I keep my toe in the air, okay? And then just like the last exercise, this is just gonna be working on knee stability, really focusing on that hamstring. Again, if you haven't done this exercise before, it should be pretty difficult in your hamstring, so be easy on yourself. Now, to scale this exercise, it's going to be harder the farther away my ankle is from my butt, okay? So the farther away I am, the more I feel it in my hamstring. The closer I am, the easier it's gonna be. So in the beginning, feel free to start with your heel really close to your butt and work on keeping your hips nice and high the whole time. If you feel like your hips are dropping, then try and make it a little easier. If that feels really easy for you, or if your sets are really long, like a minute or 2 minutes, then it's time to move your foot out so that you can shorten the duration of the exercise. So as I get stronger, I'm gonna move my heel out, keep my other leg where it is, and I'm just gonna keep focusing on keeping my hips high. So those are the 4 exercises. If you're new to these exercises, I would recommend starting with 1 to 2 sets of each. Obviously, with the exercises that are unilateral, which means you're just doing 1 leg at a time, you do 1 leg and then you switch to the other leg, and then you do another set after that. For the couple exercises that you're holding for a specific amount of time, what we're looking for is progress. So if you're able to hold it for about 30 seconds the first set, then try and hold it for 30 seconds again the second set, and then the next workout, I would try and hold it for 35 seconds. For the ones that we're doing reps on, obviously you're just trying to increase how many reps you can do each workout. If you're feeling super sore tomorrow or before your next training session, then it just means you probably went a bit too hard. So try and do a couple less reps, hold the exercises for a little bit less long, or do 1 less set. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. See ya.